Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It is officially 2021, a brand new year, a brand new start for many. I know for a lot of you out there, it's been, of course, a challenging time of year for many reasons, but it's also a very exciting time for the folks who are looking into today's presentation because you are really in the fun zone. You are getting ready to submit your application for the upcoming university year. And I gotta tell you, when I think about, when I was a high school student finishing my last year of school, this was what drove me, what kept me motivated was the prize that was post-secondary. So I'm hoping that today's presentation will put a little bit of extra fuel in your tank as you drive to your destination, which will again hopefully end up being Carleton University. My name is Stanley Philippe. I'm a recruitment officer here at Carleton U. Today's session is all about the presentation, or sorry, the application, not all about the presentation, although I hope you enjoy it. It's all about the application and helping you really kind of dot your I's and cross your T's and make sure you get that application in on time before your respective deadline. So we're going to talk a bit about how exactly you do apply to universities in Ontario, some tips, some tricks, and some pointers for myself and for my colleagues. I should also mention that I have a really cool team of support available to help answer your questions. So if you have any questions about the application process, about programs at Carleton, what's it like being a Raven, please ask those questions utilizing the Q&A function that's available in our team's event. So we definitely want to hear from you. We hopefully you'll love what you're going to hear from us. And we always like to begin by acknowledging where we are located. So Carleton University acknowledges the location of its campus on the traditional unceded territories of the Algonquin Nation. And I gotta tell you, in the year of 2020, there were a couple of highlights. One of the big ones was being able to talk a bit more about what we've been able to do to really share or shed a light on the Indigenous community, both on and off campus. And a lot of really great conversations happened throughout the year 2020, and these conversations led to the kind of formulation of Kinamagwin, which is Carleton's Indigenous strategy. Now, Kinamagwin means learning together, and it's what we want to do in today's session, what we want to do once you become a member of the Carleton community. And this particular kind of learning together session that created our Indigenous strategy really led to 41 calls to action that will really help to make our community much more accountable, much more welcoming, much more inviting to all members of our community, but especially our members of the Indigenous community. So really important for us to start the year with that acknowledgement and start the presentation in a likely fashion. All right, so let's talk a bit more about how you can apply. And really, there are 3 simple steps for you to follow in order to nail your application to Carleton U. So the first thing you want to do is choose your program or programs that you might be interested in. Now, if you've been kind of tuning into the Carleton virtual show that we've been providing you over the last few months, you'll have noticed that we have a lot of really unique programs that are available at our school, and a lot of passionate professors, students, staff that really help drive the success of our many programs, and hopefully that's helped you kind of find your niche, find that program that really speaks to your interests, to your skills, to your goals as you move towards your post-secondary career. And this is a time where you can really express to us what hit the right note. So you can definitely put down a single program. You can put down multiple programs at Carleton University. It really is up to you. One thing we want to note is if you are applying to multiple programs at our university, make sure you put your top choice program first. Okay, so if you're thinking about a BA in psychology, a BA in history, whichever one you want to at least start your journey with, rank that as your top choice at Carleton, and that'll let us know exactly what you're thinking at that point in time. Now, you can always change that throughout the application process, but at least that gives us the right information and gives us a better, again, sense as to what you are considering. After that, what we'll be doing is, or asking you to do, is to review your admissions requirements. So we want to make sure that you are aware of exactly what you need in order to get into your program. If you're an Ontario high school student, we are looking for your top 6 grade 12 U or M courses, and included in that will be your prerequisite subjects. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward from that perspective. If you have a copy of a review book, you can see at the back of your book or towards the end of your book a couple of pages that will list every single degree that Carleton offers. We'll tell you all the required courses and some of the averages we're thinking about or looking for students to be successful with their application. If you don't have a copy of the review book, what are you waiting for? You can definitely ask us for one by going onto your Carleton 360 account, which we'll touch on in a little bit, and ask us to mail you a view book. It's that simple. We'll give you that information. Not only will you learn more about the different courses that are required for your degree program or programs of choice, but we'll also tell you more about athletics, about residents, about really the Carleton community as a whole. So you definitely want to get your hands on our review book. We also have an amazing website to help you as well. Now, some programs will require additional requirements. So if you're thinking about programs like architecture, industrial design, social work, music, they're going to be looking for more pieces, but we'll again touch on that in a little bit. So you've got your program, you know what you need to get in. Your next step, your third and final step, is to apply on the Ontario University Application Center's website. So www.ouac.on.ca/101 if you are a current Ontario high school student, 105 for everybody else. Now, when you go on to UAC, if you are an Ontario high school student, you will have hopefully already received your PIN either directly from UAC or you'll have received it from your guidance office. So that PIN will give you access to your specific application on UAC, which will allow your guidance office to send your grades, your transcripts directly to us. For our out-of-province students or for our 105s, if you're a college transfer student or a mature applicant, then you can apply directly on UAC. So you can start your application directly there and then start that conversation with our university. So this is that simple. Get that right program or programs that you're interested in. Make sure you know the requirements, and finally go on there and submit your application. Now, we do like to motivate students into doing the things that we think will help them succeed. And obviously an application will help you succeed in choosing and pursuing a post-secondary education. And so if you're an Ontario high school student, you'll be happy to know that your deadline is quickly approaching. January 15th, 2021, that's this Friday. It's your deadline to apply on the OUAC. So definitely take the time, if you haven't done so already, over the next couple of days to hop onto your account and to submit that application. Again, when you're applying on UAC, you are getting 3 choices. So you're paying for 3 choices. Again, this could be 3 different programs at a single university. It could be 3 different universities, 1 program each. Any combination of 3 is up to you. And again, when you're thinking about multiple programs at Carleton, make sure you do put down your top choice first. Now, there are, again, like I mentioned, certain programs that do require additional information. So you're going to have some application deadlines that you're going to want to keep in mind. They're on the screen. I'm just going to read them real quickly. So for students who are thinking about architecture, information technology, and interactive multimedia and design program, humanities, music, social work, you might have an additional component. March 1st is your deadline to submit those additional elements. For industrial design, April 1st is your deadline to submit. However, we do want our BID students or industrial design students to hopefully get their offers in their hands as soon as possible. So if you have your portfolio ready to go, you can send it to our industrial design department virtually or electronically, and they'll start to review it as soon as possible and hopefully get you an offer in your hands at as soon as we possibly can. So definitely do keep those dates in mind. Now, when we are talking about the application process, what I like to talk about it is, or how I like to frame it, is a conversation starter. So what you're doing when you're applying on by January 15th is you're starting that application or that conversation with Carleton. You're telling us, hey, I have an interest at your school. I want to learn more. I want to make sure I'm doing the right things. And our admissions office is here to help support you. They are really great, and they're going to be able to keep you informed throughout that process. You can also utilize this kind of date reminder as a reminder to not only apply to our university, but to tap into some of our scholarships or financial opportunities that are available as well. And we talk a bit about our entrance scholarship program, and it's very vibrant. These are automatic, so when students are admitted with an 80% average or better, they'll automatically receive an entrance scholarship valued between $4,000 and $16,000 over the course of 4 years. That's automatic, no need to apply, unlimited as well. What you'll find on the screen is there are other scholarships and bursaries you're going to want to tap into as well. So March 1st is a pretty big date for deadlines. That's the deadline for our prestige scholarships. Now, these are our kind of our higher earning scholarships. So anywhere between $20,000 over the course of 4 years to full tuition for year 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, free ride throughout your time as an undergraduate student at Carleton. So what you're going to want to do is go onto our awards website, carleton.ca/awards, and apply for one of our 24 prestige scholarships. Now, only one application is required. Okay, so you put down that application, you'll be considered for all the different prestige scholarships that are available. And what we're looking for are superstar students who are out there making a difference in their communities, in their high schools, who are doing really well academically to the tune of 90% or above, and are, again, leaders. So we're looking to really reward those leadership skills, those leadership initiatives. So definitely apply for a prestige scholarship. You can also apply for our entrance bursaries. Now, bursaries are based off of financial need, not academic achievement. And as you can see, there are two different types of bursaries that are available. Our leadership entrance bursaries, again, they bring in the leadership element to the conversation. So looking at ways you've been able to impact your community. Whereas our entrance bursaries that are due by June 30th, those ones are really, again, starting that conversation regarding your financial picture. So what are the ways that we can assist you, we can support you in your kind of financial, planning for the upcoming year and years. So definitely, again, take the time to apply for our leadership entrance bursaries. April 2nd is a deadline, and June 30th for our general entrance bursaries. And just spend a few minutes, a few hours if you need to on our awards website, because there's a lot of really great information you'll find there, not only on our scholarships and our bursaries, but also on provincial loans and so on. So you definitely want to check out carleton.ca/awards. Now, one of the really coolest things we were able to introduce to students a couple of years ago is this kind of one-stop shop hub that we call Carleton 360. And this is a great way for students who are thinking about Carleton to kind of start that Carleton experience in this year's case from the comfort of your own home. So whether it be taking a virtual tour, and we have an amazing tour program where tour guides are going to meet with you virtually and really showcase our campus. You can book a Future Ravens coffee break. These are great ways for you to have more of a one-on-one conversation about your future, about the programs that you have, the questions you might be asking yourself. Maybe your family members are asking them too, or maybe your friends want to get together and have like a group coffee break. We definitely do encourage that. We have so many awesome events that are happening, not only events happening this week, but throughout the next few months. We've got some pretty exciting stuff. I had a conversation with our director earlier this morning, and just kind of going through the different events we have planned, and it's exciting. It's exciting for us to be able to pivot, to shift, and to offer the Carleton experience again virtually. So really looking forward to some of those events. So using your Carleton 360, you won't miss out on anything. And more importantly, or most importantly, you'll be able to monitor your application on your Carleton 360 account too. So when you're thinking about, where's your application at? Are there documents that are missing? When was the offer made? All that good stuff. You can definitely monitor your application on Carleton 360. So please take the time, check out your Carleton 360 account, again, to learn more about what makes Carleton such a special place for us, and it's hopefully a special place for you too. All right, so I'm just going to quickly look at the Q&A, see if there are any kind of cool questions that have been asked. Looks like there's been a couple of cool questions that were answered by my colleagues here. So one was, do we have to be accepted into a program before applying to any of Carleton's scholarships? Love that question. Like Emily said, no, you don't. You can apply before you receive your offer of admission. So if you don't have your offer yet, and offers have begun, they began in December, but we are just at the beginning. A lot of our offers will go out over the next few weeks and months, and so you definitely can look forward to that. But don't wait until you have your offer in hand to apply for some of those awesome awards and scholarships. So please take the time to do just that. When does co-op start in any program? So that's a really good question. And Jalil mentioned that, usually it takes about 2 or 3 years of study to complete that co-op placement. So you'll usually start your co-op in the summer of year 2. So we want to make sure you get some experiences in your field before you go into the real world, quote unquote, and getting that kind of work experience too. So a lot of great questions I'm seeing here in the Q&A. We're going to keep that Q&A open for the next 10 minutes or so. So if you have any other questions, please feel free to ask them on the live event Q&A. Again, our team is eager to answer those questions, and we're going to keep this conversation going. Admissions.carleton.ca is our website. I touched on 360, so definitely go on to that account if you haven't done so already. And then, of course, give us a follow on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook. We've got a lot of really cool content that's coming out that you're going to still want to track and see on those platforms. So I hope you enjoyed today's presentation. Hopefully it's gotten you in the mood to log on to UAC and to submit that application. And again, if you have any troubles, any concerns, or any awesome positive thoughts you want to share with us, please don't hesitate to reach out. So my name is Stanley Philippe. This has been your How to Apply session. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you have a great week, and we hope to see you at Carleton next year. Take care.